because we're talking about arts, performing arts, you need to have your own personality, something to say through your playing. Well, I would advise students not to take part in any competition or every competition. Like choose the ones that you think is suitable for you. I would take it more like as a personal growth, not really to win prizes, but I think it's more important for self-development.
Welcome to Kawai Malaysia. I'm Melody and we have Miss Chee Su Yen here today with us.
Hi.
Hello, hi. I'm glad you joined us and to share a bit more about your musical journey. So actually, how do you start with this journey of like exploring into music and then knowing that you want to do piano and teaching?
I started piano at around age 5. I guess from then on, my parents thought that I had some interest in piano, so I continued, and then just continued and did exams, took part in some competitions, and then finished the diplomas. Somehow it was a natural process. I thought that, I would like to make music my career.
What actually motivates you to be persistent in your practice and you could actually continuously, to walk on this journey?
You need to have self-motivation in the first place. Yeah, and also you need to...
Satisfactions draw from...
not from other people. Or,
but your internal...
Yes, I guess I also had some interest in music and I didn't mind practicing.
Is there any times that you are feeling demotivated or frustrated or any stories that you want to share with us? How do you overcome that?
Well, I think it's normal for anyone, I guess.
There must be certain moments.
Or like maybe you're not happy with the performance. It's important to think of the progress instead of aiming for perfection in a way. Like for example, if I don't play that well in a performance, then I think about it and see what I can improve on. The next time you try again, you can kind of achieve something. I mean, it won't be perfect.
So far, for all your playing, you will still feel that you haven't reached your perfection yet? Yeah.
No. And I think that's why we keep going.
Yeah, understand.
Right?
That's why it drives you keep going.
Yeah, because if it's already perfect, then I don't think you want to do anymore.
Work on it already. Yeah, correct. I agree. So, understand you're also a music lecturer in UCSI and also teaches quite a lot of master classes. Can you share a little bit more on your philosophy in teaching?
I hope that my students, at the end of their learning journey, learn how to be independent and to be able to think critically for themselves. I guess the aim of a teacher is to actually to kind of let the student go eventually. Like as a student, you don't want or you can't rely on a teacher forever. Right? So you have to slowly more independent. think critically, I find that, this is from my experience in teaching. First of all, if for students who are actually thinking about doing music as a career, what is it that you like? Because some of them, they do music because they can't do anything else. And I think that is the last reason why you would learn music.
I understand.
It should be your first choice. Of course, before you go into that, you wouldn't know what to expect, but you will slowly find out that it is not that easy. You need to have a lot of passion, definitely, a lot of perseverance, and also because we're talking about arts, performing arts, you need to have your own personality, something to say through your playing.
I see. Your own interpretation.
Yes, your own interpretation and also your own voice, I think. What you want to say through your playing.
Wow, very deep. Understand.
Yeah, because I think ultimately that's what makes a really outstanding musician. And to reach that, not just lock yourself up in the practice room and practice many hours a day, but I think you need to also expose yourself to many other things.
To experience life more?
Yes, definitely. To travel, experience life more, read a lot. Of course, listen to people, listen to performances. Think a lot, actually. That is something I find that is missing in students is they don't think enough, not just play.
So speaking of traveling just now, so I understand that actually you studied in Hong Kong for your degree and also a master's in United States.
Yes.
Can you share with us a little bit more like what is the experience and the differences in having, your learning journey in a different country?
I did my bachelor's degree in Hong Kong at the Hong Kong Academy for Performing Arts. Culture-wise, I think it's almost similar. As long as you can speak Cantonese, I think you can get by in Hong Kong.
So they teach in Cantonese or English? A mixture?
A mixture, actually.
Okay.
Yes. Hong Kong is a big city, so in terms of musical experience, I got to listen to a lot of concerts. Yeah, like it was good exposure because a lot of well-known musicians would pass by Hong Kong. Yeah, so that was a good opportunity. And for the States, well, as you say, it's a Western country, so I guess, and also the school that I went to, Indiana, is a very big university. You are basically expected to be independent.
Is there any culture shock there when you go?
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
Okay.
But coming from a smaller school, a smaller conservatory, and going to a big university, it's a little bit different. Yes, you don't get so much attention and opportunity to perform even.
What makes you decided to probably come back? And because some people would want to choose to try out and explore in other countries in terms of their career, and then some wanted to come back, like Mr. Tay Siang that we also interviewed the last round.
Yes.
So for you, is there any reasoning or any?
I was away for a few years already. It's hard to get to find a full-time job or to get a working permit. Yeah, so maybe I thought that, okay, maybe I would come back and start a career.
I see. Yeah, so along of these years in UCSI, the students that you meet, if they ask you on opinion of a certain career path, what do you suggest them actually?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I tell them to actually find their niche. It's like not everyone can be a performer or has to be a performer. You know, you can do many things besides performing. So for example, of course, teaching, or if you like to teach kids, then you can focus on maybe early music childhood education. Or if you like classroom teaching, then you can do music education. Or if you like playing with people like ensemble, then you can probably do music collaboration. If you don't like the practical part, then you could go into arts administration.
And there's also music production.
Yes.
A lot more.
A lot actually.
Actually, that is really
or music therapy.
Music therapy, something interesting.
If you are more academic inclined, you can go and do musicology or just major in theory and so many things. So you have to look at your strengths and not what everyone is doing.
Do you have any greatest achievement so far that you could think of?
Maybe
or anything that you feel fulfilling?
Oh, okay. Teaching in a way like, when you see your students' journey and achievements, that gives you some sort of satisfaction in a way.
By helping others to become who they want to be.
Yes.
Seeing them improve along the way.
Yes. And also, performing is also the other side of what I like sometimes. Because sometimes I find kind of self-satisfaction in performing because you are in control of your own playing.
And you are mentioning the voice, right? So probably you have something to say.
Yes.
And you have something to bring to the others through music. Have you ever thought of this? Like, if you're not a musician, you're not a pianist,
what would I do?
Yeah, what will you do actually?
If I didn't study music, I would probably study art history or psychology.
Because you give me a feeling that you might study philosophy.
I think philosophy is also
psychology.
Interesting. Because I think I'm fascinated by the mind.
One more question. So if your students are seeking for themselves to get a new piano, so normally how do you advise them to choose?
I think if money is not a problem, so it's always good to start off with a grand piano. I mean, a grand is just as good for a beginner
piano with good touch.
Yes. And then for higher grades, preferably practice on a grand piano. That would be better.
Understand. Also because of the touch and
yes, it's very different.
Understand.
I guess that's also maybe a disadvantage of the piano sometimes because it's not cheap.
It's an investment. It takes up space. So you can always look for digital with grand feel touch. Sorry, commercial time. I think if you can get a decent piano with the touch that you like, of course, as close as possible to the grand feel, that would be good. Of course, like what Miss Su Yen said, that if money is not an issue, of course, straight away go for a grand piano.
But I guess the digital is also good. I mean, the technology nowadays is really good.
The one
already.
that you played on CA99. It's actually quite decent for beginner to intermediate. Alright. So over all the competitions that you have joined with your experience, can you share a bit, like for a student or whether is it yourself, what do we actually get out of the competition and why do we encourage them to join competitions?
Competitions is like a two-edged sword, if you know what I mean. There are pros and cons.
Oh, okay.
So the advantages of taking part in competitions would be like as motivation, like a goal to work towards. For students, it's a platform in a way for you to perform and to show your
skills.
Your skills. It also builds confidence.
Is it good for networking as well? Or actually you don't really get the time to network?
Networking, well, you make friends, but if you're talking about really big competitions, then yes.
It's very tense.
No. Competitions, you can have like smaller competitions and big competitions. They give you different things. So it's like smaller competitions, like for kids, young kids, so it's just a form of motivation. just get used to playing on stage. Okay, people who are thinking of making a career, I think competitions is really
Important.
important. One of the ways of really
Get to be known.
yes, to be known, to be noticed, and to get engagements, to play,
I see,
because that's what you want, like
I
to
see.
get concerts. And one way of getting noticed is to win competitions. Cons would be, because nowadays there are so many competitions, especially in these 2 years with the pandemic. You have more online competitions, right? So I think you have to be clear why you are joining a certain competition. For me, I would take it more like as a personal growth, and not really to win prizes, But if you win, that's a bonus. But I think it's more important for self-development and push yourself and see how far you can go.
Does it really does the experience help in sharpen your showmanship? Does showmanship
Of course, I mean, we call that kind of stage presence.
Stage presence, okay.
Yeah, of course, it's part of the package.
Okay.
Well, I would advise students not to take part in any competition or every competition. Choose the ones that you think is suitable for you. What are your goals when you want to join a certain competition? Is it just to win prizes, pieces that you're working on and you want to test and see how well you can play, or also you want to see how you stand among what's your standard like, then you kind of know, okay.
So it's like testing the market, seeing where you stand, your position, and also absorb a little from what others exposed to the rest. Thanks, Miss Su Yen, for joining us today and sharing a lot of her own personal development, its growth, and stories and experiences. We invite her to play later on GX2 and K800AS. Stay tuned for the performance video in the next link. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please like, share, and comment below this video. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye!